She wasn't like the other kids. It took her longer to learn how to walk, to talk, to read and write. As the firstborn and having this new little sister, I quickly became very jealous of her. She got all of the attention, which she reminds me of to this day. I was very upset that Sharon had Downs. I wanted a normal sister and prayed constantly working with her to teach her things. What came easily for other kids was very difficult for Sharon. It would have been easy for her to not try to do her best and just say, I have Down syndrome. I don't have to act normal or do other things normal kids do. Sharon did the complete opposite. She recognized her inabilities, focused on what she could change, and she lives life to the fullest. She persevered, and her hard work has definitely paid off. When Sharon was in high school, she became involved with a Special Olympics group called Global Messengers. This allowed her to go all around Illinois and Kentucky to speak about Special Olympics and the impact it had on her life. She knows that most people with Down syndrome are hard to understand, so she has always been very aware of her speech and speaks very clearly. In 2001, she was chosen out of 19,000 Special Olympic athletes to be the Athlete of the Year for Illinois. She spoke at the opening ceremonies at the state competition, met the governor, and was part of a special ceremony to break ground for a new Special Olympics building. I could not have been more proud of her. Then again, because of my sister, in 2005, we were named the Family of the Year for Special Olympics of Illinois. That was the year she moved away to Florida with my family. She has flourished even more since being there, with being involved with a competitive special needs cheerleading team, swim team, and tennis. She also just found out yesterday that she got a job that she interviewed for on Monday. She was very nervous about it. I could go on, but unfortunately time prohibits me from going on too much about my sister. Sharon has fully embraced who she is. She took what people would consider inabilities and worked hard to overcome a lot of stereotypes associated with people having a mental disability. She is more social than I am, and I'm sure she would have done a great job speaking to you today herself. Today, I want to challenge you to think about the obstacles in your life. What excuses are you making for not reaching your full potential? We all have insecurities about ourselves. We don't always think we're good enough or smart enough. Do not listen to those negative comments from people. Surround yourself with positive, uplifting friends who will encourage you and not tear you down. Find out what you're passionate about, work hard in all you do, and you will succeed. I asked my sister what it means to her to have Down syndrome, and I want to close with some comments from her. She says, I was born with Down syndrome, and sometimes it's hard to be a Down syndrome. But I have a great family and great friends. I love my new life in Florida, and I am blessed. I have been blessed by having Sharon in my life and continue to learn from her every day of my life. I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of the prep assembly, and thank you for listening to me.
Thank you, Melissa. That was fantastic. Our keynote speaker today is a member of the Illinois Basketball Coaches Association Hall of Fame, the Illinois Baseball Coaches Association Hall of Fame. He was a longtime educator at Oakville High School and now he is a member of the Illinois Senate. He used to hear boos from opposing fans when he coached the Oakville Rockets. Now he hears lots of boos from the Democrats. A good person, a wonderful friend, and he's a strong advocate for all citizens of Washington County and all the other counties in our district. Please give a big welcome to our Illinois State Senator, Dave Lichtefeld.
Well, good morning. Good to be here. I want to try to leave a message with you that I try to leave with a lot of young people that I taught in school. You know, I taught at Oakville High School for some 32 years. And most of my adult life, I've been around young people, and I enjoy being around your age group. I always have tried to leave them with something that maybe they could have a good life, a better life. You are very fortunate here in Nashville. You know, I have in my district some 85 towns. You are one of the luckiest of those 85. You have great facilities. I think you have always had a great teaching staff, and probably the most important thing I find, if you're going to be successful in school, is if you have parents who really care. And there's a very high percentage of people in Nashville who have children in this school, and the parents really care. And that's where you will find, in most cases, good education. I've always been convinced that people in this school, when you leave here, if you do the right things and if you work at it, you can be about anything that you really want to be. So you're very fortunate in that regard. A lot of people, a lot of school districts can't say the good things about their school that you can say about your school and your community. You know, when you look at success, what does that really mean? Obviously, it means different things to different people. When I was asked to come over to talk, I wondered what I would have thought at your age. What was success? To me, honestly, it would have been, I wanted to be a Major League Baseball player. That was my goal from the time I was that big. And in my junior year in college, I hurt my arm. And that pretty well ended that hope and that desire to be successful. Well, obviously, there's a lot of other ways to be successful. And a lot of you will do that in different ways. Now, I've always been convinced that we all want a good life. And that's what really success, I think, is about. That when we look back, when we're older, and we say, did I have a good life? Can I be proud of the things I did? And when I go into schools and talk to young people, even as young as the 3rd and 4th grade, I'll ask them, what is a good life? What is a good life? And you know, let me ask that to you. We all want a good life. What is that? Well, even to 3rd and 4th graders, you ask them, tell me what you think a good life is, and they will say things like, they want a family, they want a home, they want a good job that they like, and they would like to have enough money to do all of those things. And that's why this time in your life is so important. If you take advantage of the years from about 12 or 13 till 21, only about 8 years, if you truly prepare yourself to be good at something, you will have a very good chance of having a good life and a successful life. But here's the kicker. if you mess up those 8 years, chances are good that the following 60 years of your life will not be the kind of life that you'd like to live. You know, I think there's such an emphasis at your age to have fun. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with having fun, as long as that fun doesn't get in the way of you preparing yourself to be good at something. Because if you are good at something, you will have probably a pretty good job that will allow you to have the kind of life that you'd like to have. Now, some people listen to that. And I have a suspicion that an awful lot of you in this gym today already have decided that you are going to be good at something. Now, and you're going to be fine. Some will not. In all the years that I taught school, there were always those students who may have been extremely popular. They were a lot of fun. But 10 years later, they had too much fun. And they were not prepared to do the things that were necessary to get the kind of job that will allow you to be a successful person. And in the end, as you get older, and right now you're not concerned about the getting older part, but I guarantee you, you know, I sat where you're sitting in a high school at your age, never really thinking too much about what life would be like when I was 50, 60, 70 years old. But that happens, and all of you hope that you get there. And when you get there, you want to be able to look back and say, I did a good job. And I am proud of what I did, and the country and the people around me are better because of what I did. Isn't it sad if you're 70 years old and you look back and you say, this world is a worse place because I was here? None of us want to do that. None of us. But if you mess up the next 8 to 10 years of your life and don't prepare yourself to be good at something, the next 60 years of your life may not be the kind of life you'd like to live. So again, some of you will listen to that. Some of you have already decided that you're going to be successful. Success is not necessarily about having a lot of money. It's about feeling good about what you accomplished and what you did. So again, it's been a privilege for me to be here. You're a very lucky school, very lucky to be where you're at and in the location that you're at. Make sure that you take advantage of it. And 60 years from now, you can say, I'm proud of what I did. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. You didn't mess up. That was a great speech. Anybody like Dancing with the Stars? Yeah? Who's your favorite? Oh, okay. Yeah, Jennifer Grey. Kurt Warner. Anybody like Kurt Warner? Well, you think those dancers are good? You ain't seen nothing yet. Wait till you see this next act. It is time to shake, shake, shake it. Here is the faculty dance.
To meet Jenny. Jenny's your average high school student, always one of the crowd, just walking through the motions of life, never attempting to take the lead. She's tired of this mediocre lifestyle, and she's starting to earn for a change. She asks herself, what could I do to become better than average? Then the answer came, find success. But in what area of her life could she create success? Maybe dance. Jenny had always enjoyed dancing, and perhaps with a positive attitude, hard work, and enough practice, she could do it. Will Jenny ever find success in dance? Let's watch and see. This is Jenny's story.
There's nothing else I want more than to feel.
Wow. Doug Kell got booty. Jennifer Reynolds, you are the dancing queen. Good job, kid. Great job with the choreography. That was tremendous. Listen, before I introduce our next speaker, I want to again thank everybody for inviting me today. I live in the city of Nashville because I choose to live in the city of Nashville. One of the reasons is these people that you've been seeing right here, the faculty at Nashville High School, and also you students out there, the students of Nashville High School. This is one of the most successful mid-sized high schools in the state of Illinois. Give yourselves a round of applause. Back here with the presentation of the awards, here's the silly cowboy with the afro, Justin Elms. I'm out of breath. That was fun.
You guys having fun? I hope so. This next segment that we have is the presentation of the PSAE. Most of you know already that every April, every junior in the state of Illinois takes the Prairie State Achievement Exam. So what we want to do is recognize the current seniors on their success on the Prairie State exams from last year. So at this time, with the class of 2011, please come on down and gather across the floor behind me. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I need everybody to follow me. We start off. No, I'm kidding. All right, let's go ahead and get started. There was different categories on the Prairie State Achievement exams. These seniors can vouch for this. What I'm going to do at this time is I'm going to let you know what the category is and identify students who met or exceeded. When I call your name, where's my spotters? Mrs. Bond Ledford over here, and the three ladies over here, Mrs. Franks and Mrs. Robb is over there. They're going to give you the line where you should go and stand. Some of these people, it's going to be about 80 some odd students, so we might have to squeeze in there, okay? So the first category on my screen up there is writing. These are students who met or exceeded in writing. And I'm going to rapid fire, so listen up. Ashlyn Allers, Brianna Barshevsky, Chris Barkow, Megan Bathen, Josh Bean, Danae Bear, Andrew Bierman, Marley Bakentine, Dylan Boozer, Sam Brown, Ethan Buss, Taylor Carroll, Dylan Conakin, Eric Dalaveras, Brooke Davis, Taylor Davis, Michael DeMoss, Callista Dugan, Lizzie Ingley, Elliot Ingley, Zach Fieber, Emma George, David Gill, Lacey Gill, Danielle Gray, Ben Grody, Peter Gutjar, Brady Hari, Courtney Hegemeyer, Quentin Hazeman, Donovan Hawley, Mallory Holzar, Chris Hoare,